Let's pick the 7th card in from the left.
All right. When you were growing up, who did you idolize?
Maybe it's just because I've been watching The Last Dance every Sunday. Michael Jordan was huge for me. I never got to see him play basketball, but I did get to see him play baseball when he came to Greenville with the Birmingham Barons to play the Double-A Greenville Braves. And he was just larger than life, and I just thought he was a true superhero.
Wait, so you actually saw Jordan play baseball?
Yeah, man, he went 0 for 3. The 7-inch single that I put out last year has a song on it called Municipal Stadium, which is about my experience of going to Municipal Stadium and growing up around the Greenville Braves. One of the lines in the song is when MJ came to town, he went 0 for 3. So MJ, man.
Yeah. At no point it became Ric Flair?
Well, I mean, Ric Flair is more of like a now kind of hero. I absolutely adore the Nature Boy, man. I did get to see him wrestle Sting around the same time, in around 91, 92, when the NWA, WCW came to the Greenville Memorial Auditorium, which I've also written about the Memorial Auditorium in a bunch of my songs, which is a famous venue. It's where the Skinner played their last show before they took off, and we all know what happened there. Let's do 3 in from the right.
1, 2, 3. Alabama.
It's
describe your morning routine.
So before the pandemic, my morning routine 5 to 6 days a week was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and going over to my restaurant, Homegrown, to manage the breakfast and lunch spot on Memorial Drive in Reynoldstown in the heart of Atlanta. And then that all changed about 2 months ago, just a little over 2 months ago. So now that I'm just a full-time artist again, my morning routine starts around noon because I stay up till about 4 or 5 in the morning every night working on paintings and drawings. Here in South Carolina, where we've been quarantined for the last month, is waking up around noon and then getting on the jet skis and ripping around Lake Marion for a while and jumping a bunch of waves and then coming back and taking a shower and getting on with my day.
You're basically living the Kenny Powers lifestyle right now.
Dude, it is seriously so Kenny Powers. I can't tell you how many times I've been on the jet ski just like, just yelling as loud as I can, imagining myself being Kenny Powers. So, I mean, it's cool, but I don't know how long I can maintain the Kenny Powers lifestyle. Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice. Okay. All right. Have you broken a bone? And if so, walk us through what happened.
Okay. Here we go. My collarbone right here. It would have been my next to last year at Winthrop University, where I was enrolled in the liberal arts program, where I got my degree in graphic design and printmaking. My friend Julie was having a party at her house, a karaoke party. And me and my friend Trey showed up to the party with a handle of Evan Williams bourbon, and we sang karaoke all night long. And I was driving my bicycle back to the house, which was really just at the end of the block. I should have just been walking. And when I got to the end of the street, instead of stopping at the stop sign and turning on to Stewart Avenue, which is where I lived, there was a little church there, and I cut through the church parking lot. And this sounds like a joke, but it's not. A black cat ran out in front of my bicycle, and I was like, oh, look, a cat, and flipped over my handlebars. And as soon as I hit, I snapped my collarbone in half completely. If I hadn't have been inebriated, I would have just been like, okay, cat, keep driving your bike. But I was paying attention to the cat, and I hit a parking stump. Right now, you can still feel where my collarbone sticks out, and it's caused all kinds of fun neck and back issues over the last 15 years.
So right now, your day job at the restaurant is gone until who knows?
Yeah.
You're not able to play music on any stages right now.
That's correct.
You can do your artwork, but right now, how can people support you? What's the best way for people to support Jeremy Ray?
Thank you for asking. The best way is to just get in touch with me through my social media, through my Instagram, which is Jeremy Ray Is, where you can buy and commission artwork, whether it's drawings, paintings, screen prints, linoleum prints, any type of like t-shirts or clothing, tote bags, whatever it is. And then when the record comes out, that obviously all of that information will be funneled through there. The LP we finished at the beginning of this year, and it was set to send off to the pressing plant a couple months ago. And then the pandemic happened, and it kind of got put on the back burner because I didn't want to invest $3,000 and a bunch of records to sit on the floor in my studio space and not be able to play shows to sell these records. So, I mean, the record maybe will be out in the fall, but the record is called Above the Wreckage, and it'll be my first ever full LP.
Tell me the name of an artist that I might not be listening to that I should be listening to.
Can I give you two?
Of course you can.
Okay. At the beginning of the pandemic, I stumbled across a folk singer out of North Carolina by the name of Jake Xerxes Fussell, and I fell in love with his guitar playing and his storytelling. He takes traditional folklore. He's a folklorist, and he's got an amazing, odd voice, and he's a master guitar player. He's got 3 LPs out on a record label called Paradise of Bachelors, and those are the only records I've bought in the pandemic, and I buy records normally every week. Those are the only ones I allowed myself to spend money on. So he is somebody that I really connected with recently. There's a guy I grew up with in college. He's a couple years older than me, but his name is Greg Ellis, and he releases solo music under the name Gregory Ellis. And he has a band called Moto Glory, and he is one of my all-time favorite lyricists and songwriters. So Greg Ellis and Jake Xerxes Fussell.